everybody. My name is Felicia Rose, and this is the Scars and Stillness podcast. Thank you for hanging out with me. First and foremost, I would like to apologize for how long it's been since I have put out an episode. Um, this podcast has always meant something to me. That's why I created it in the first place. It's just always been important for me for people to have like a safe space they could go where they feel um, safe and not alone. And that's what Scars and Stillness has always represented for me. So not being able to take time to be involved with my podcast and you know, like record episodes has been like pretty heavy on my heart. Um, but with that being said, Scars and Stillness, we're kind of going through a transitional period at the moment. I feel like myself I have been going through a transitional period where I feel like I'm entering a new season of my life where I don't feel like I feel like I've grown a lot. Um and I feel like I want to move Scars and Stillness into a new season as well. Um because currently Scars and Stillness is about trauma, truth, and transformation, which I still stand by all of that. I think all of that's still very much important, but I don't want to be so focused on trauma, if that makes sense. Like truth and transformation is still really important to me, but instead I want to make this new season about more where I'm at with my life. And for anyone who watched any of last season's Scars and Stillness episodes, you should know that I've been pretty vocal about it, but it was really important for me to prioritize my faith and prioritize God and to put God on God is number one and everything else second. And I no longer wanted to be a lukewarm Christian. Because I felt like I've been spiritual my whole life, but I felt like I've kind of always been a lukewarm Christian and I've never been 100% with my faith. And that's changed. I made the commitment that God was number one for me and everything else was second. And I've literally felt the transformation inside of me where, I feel like I can feel the change. I can feel the healing. And so it's kind of important for me to have my podcast kind of reflect that as well. So the new season of Scars and Stillness is going to be more focused on um, real life and faith, and still truth and transformation is really important for me. But I'm going to not talk as much about trauma. Obviously, as most of us know already, that with life where we're at now, trauma is a part of it because that's just who we are. But I want to be completely and totally transparent. If faith-based conversations is not your thing or God is not your thing, then I will respectfully ask you to unfollow me because I'm no longer going to minimize or shrink myself or silence my faith. That's something that's literally me. That's who I am now as a person, and I'm not gonna silence my faith, and I'm not gonna silence um God because it makes people uncomfortable. So, if that's not your cup of tea, no hard feelings. It's okay if you need to unfollow me. Like, be blessed, stay safe. Um, honestly, that's kind of where I'm at. If it is your cup of tea, and if you kind of want to stay on, stay following me, um, to kind of see updates and kind of what I'm doing with my life, that's awesome. I think that that's great. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and to follow me on all my other socials. I will be getting my signs kind of updated where they're a little bit brighter, easier to read, because I know my socials on there are a little bit challenging to read. Um, but they're in all my bios as well. Um, yeah, so it's important for me to be honest with people because that's literally a huge part. Honesty, and being transparent is a huge thing for me. So why would I not be honest and transparent to my listeners? But yeah, that's literally where I'm at. God is the number one in my life. So it feels weird to have that not reflect in my podcast. That's why I've decided to do a new season. So that's kind of why I popped on today, just to introduce the new season, where we're going to focus more about real life and faith. And I'm learning as I go. I'm I'm just a woman who has been through my share of addiction and abuse and struggle. And it was, like I said, it was important for me to have a platform where people could go where they could feel less alone. Because this is a judgment free zone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's important for us to be able to have a safe space. And that's what Scars and Stillness is all about for me. Moving into the new season, because it's gonna be more focused about my life and, like, where I'm at with my life and faith and, like, how I'm feeling with things, I'm not, I'm not expecting the episodes to be as long as what they were in the last season. I'm expecting them to more be, 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes long, just because you know what I mean? Like, it's different, it's gonna be different, it's not gonna be so, there aren't gonna be so many pinpoints that I need to feel like I need to talk about. It's mainly just gonna be me with maybe a couple of notes, kind of just keeping it real and, like I said, it's just I'm still figuring everything out, and it's a place where I can go to talk to you guys and give you updates on my life and everything like that. Um, but you never know. I mean, we might have some episodes where where we get a little bit more thorough, because that just kind of happens sometimes, and if so, then awesome. But yeah, I just wanted to let that be kind of known too, that they might be shorter than what we're all used to. Yes, I'm still planning on talking about my books. I know that my books have been a hot topic for most people who watch me. I'm still very much a published author. My book series still means a great deal to me. They have actually been transformed as well. So, I've redone most of the books again, and I'm just kind of waiting to finalize before I get my own author copies to update my books, because these are not what they look like anymore, especially the first book. Once I actually had it in my hands and started reading it, I was not happy with what it looked like. So I kind of took time and transformed all of them, to be more suitable to kind of what I wanted in the first place. But yeah, so that's gonna still be something that is really important for me as well. Um, but again, if this is something that you're interested in, please feel free to stay and to, follow me and, tune in for all of the episodes. I'm still planning on posting every Tuesday. Just kind of like I might have some topics that you feel like I'm, like with something that I'm going through in my life that I feel like I just need to talk about. Or, they might just be more like check-ins with kind of what's going on in my life. But yeah, I really appreciate all of you, and your love and support for me. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to come on here to even record. But Scars and Stillness still means a lot to me, and I don't want to let it go. I've been transforming, so it's important for my podcast to reflect that as well. I wish you all a great, wonderful week, and I really hope that you guys decide to stick it out and stick around. And if so, I will see you next week for a new episode. Bye, everybody.